Okay, so we have a couple of documents here, and I'm going to go over the dentistry to start, how this worked. So I have a dental benefit eligibility lookup, okay? And I'm covered a number of styles, and if I miss a certain amount of dates or whatever, they can cover it to you for free. And what has happened where I miss a lot of dates is every time I try to see a dentist, they told me that I had no MSPF coverage. They lied to me. So I had to go get this lookup because my mouth was getting very infected and the hospitals would bounce me away. So I have a green in my tooth, very bad infection as a result. I took this then to the dentist and they called the RCMP for no reason. Cause I'm very upset and pain, shaking, very rambled, and then and this tooth is really bad, and they called the RCMP. Like this was pretty bad. What happened there with the dentistry, and that's why my tooth is affected. Because someone made them dox me. I want to go about the CPAP. So CPAP affects my general surgery with Vancouver. This is how this looks. So I had a good sleep pop copy. I have a sleep pop in my room actually, and I had sleep pop, and it was a handler for a sleep pop machine, and I approved of sleep pop. They did questioning overnight site as obstructive sleep apnea, and what happened is he dropped the case the sleep pop for no reason in and the way the docs of that worked, they dropped it in 2023 when we were trying to update things. And then they lied and said that I did something wrong when I didn't. Then in 2024, they said I did it wrong. And then Dana got upset. We started arguing. And then what happened is she tried to do a referral, and I went to overnight site where I had to take things home to do it. And they told me false stories like there's the wrong pressure on it. It did not record anything. But they told me the night before, if it records, it's going to be clear. It'll blink, 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 and you're good. And they lied to me. And they had me do it again. And then they said, I'm sorry. There's no way we can give you sleep app. You have to do overnight in the hospital. But the surgery date intake is going to be in the spring in 2025. But it takes over a year to get in the hospital overnight stay at the hospital. Because the only overnight stay place I have has flagged me for no reason with a fraudulent story. And then every place that's going to be at home has been flagging me like this. So my sleep app is affected. And that's what that did. And that's the paperwork to how this worked out. The laser trust, I never got to start having referrals. I tried to get the start to pay for it. And they said that it takes 20 years to laser trust. You can false hope I didn't start it. And then I found out this false. I went to them and they all called the police and flagged me for no reason. I found it was not true due to the transcode of conduct. And when we talk about another note, we have a couple of notes here. So we have these are surgical referral docs as that happened to me. We have Kim Arward Wong, who hired Dana Jones, Nick Baldwin to be the assessors. Okay, and this starts with Dana here. So Dana writes that she's a doctor to the surgical teams at Jerusalem, Montreal. And then she writes my name as Shihiro or Chihiro. So she misspelled it. They could not find my name. The system so delayed them finding things correct. And then what Dana did is she wrote on one of the surgical assessments, just go over that one. It's a, hey, it's crime, what happened? Dana, she lied, it's I mean. So I said I wanted a vaginoplasty with a cavity. I wanted triple D boobies. I wanted female voice and face constructed. And she writes vulvoplasty, uses Parma story for the criteria, then changes it to why vulvoplasty adds onto it. And Nick Paul's paper, the class B criteria, looks pretty nice, but when you go into his other criteria, he writes about vulvoplasty and adds the defaulted behavior over there to another paper. Okay? That's where that comes in. And then we go back to data, say that she's a doctor. They question that, okay? So we go into Dr. Kim, not correct. And then the surgery team says, question, circles the word doctor as Darren spells the name. And when we do that, we go over what is this? And what happens is Kim, it gets caught. Here we go over it. Kim signs a paper and it says something. I just gotta find it here. Yay. It's gonna take me a moment here, and it's gonna be very clear to understand. It's quite simple to do this one. So we go over. It takes a moment. Sorry for this. I'm very much stuck on this one. It's gonna take me a moment. She wrote that she was an NP. I might have that in a box. I'll be right back if I need to find it. Is this all good? We're all long recording. Nurse. Okay, so she's referring physician nurse practitioner Kimura Wong for HSA screening to my sleep apnea sleep clinics. But then on the sleep clinic, on the form paper, the same club piece, because sleep health, it says Dr. Kim. So she is nurse practitioner, and this is doctor on the paper. This is where this comes in. And when we go over the Wi-Fi, and this gets a bit heftier, and proving that someone has been in my computers and done something, we have a lot of issues here, okay? So I have a pre-authorized debt authorization to my Shaw Wi-Fi, and I have this, okay? And what we have is we have my CIBC bank that paid the internet bill, okay? The Prime I paid the bill. And then we also have, I added packages to a Shaw cable to it on my own, by my own CIBC at one point. So I paid, and then added a package. That means it's my consent, my box, okay? But not quite yet. We can't see that yet. But then we have my Shaw mobile to my Shaw account come over here. My Shaw invoice is under my name and my house address. So it is my box, okay? To my bank, okay? And then this is where we go look at, did the box get breached into my bank and did someone get a lot of information? We go to the signature card. And what I do is people are overpowering the PK and being mean. Black African Americans is why they're not liked. They're being rude because I'm trans and they're being rude. This is what, and they call me a him. See, this is why the surgeries that needed. So as I can do this, on the signature card, they write, primary account is Matthew Rossi. That not the birth name, but it's the name I hid under when something happened. Because Cheryl is a unisex name. But then there is a secondary account holder, my CIBC bank is aka Cheryl. But then we look at the primary signature, it's Cheryl Shizuki, that's not Matthew. There's no secondary signature on this void check. Something's really dogs, but not quite yet, because we need to get a bit further on this one. We go to CIBC bank, we see the Vernon address where I lived in Vernon under the name Matthew I hid. And then we see the address under Cheryl in Kelowna, but there's a West Club between the time and West Cheryl still. So they're trying to pretend that I'm two people, so I can't fix the void check. Is what they did. And when one part that they did this, I got a Scotia bank, okay? And there's only one address, the correct address under my name. So the reason this Scotia bank is safe, because that was nothing to do, or anything with my media, through my Wi-Fi, they breached it. So what they did is they got consent of all my information from my Mac IP and my Wi-Fi. And they doxed me with me and Giant ByteDance so they could breach the box so they don't help to protect me. And then what they did is they ripped loose of the box. And what they did is they went after my dentistry. These are the ones that did these. So the nurse practitioner, I'll tell you what their groups were and what the Taliban did, the Milice Terror that did this. So they went after my dentistry. They shot punched my mouth. And then they went after my laser electrolysis prep for surgery. And they went after the sleep app guys redoing things, okay? And they went after my food hamper, my ID, pick up things, put cat food jar in there so you won't get your pussy. And that's what they did. And in 2022, they did do it before as well, before getting the Wi-Fi Mac IP. They sold my keys to my phone through a telegram, and they got a PDF when I was trying to fix files. So what they did is they went up to GSM. So we fixed the GSM through a PDF we signed consent for. That file of the Volvo, nothing else was fixed. But what happened? There's a hacker went up there and told them I was a pedophile. And they had no access to my police in my region because that's Quebec, Montreal, not British Columbia. So it took them forever. So when they got to the bottom was not true, they need to redo the assessments because I missed the date. They removed me from the list. I missed the surgical dates they're trying to build. And that's what happened. And that's what happened. And then when we tried to update 24, these people who wanted Doxy, they tricked me into uploading PDF files showing proof that things were not fixed, that they're major actors, and it's all good. And they tried to go up there and try again, but Surgery Falls already moved to Vancouver now because the nurse practitioner knows that Vancouver requires laser electrolysis sleep out. So she's going to schedule all that and get done, but she couldn't because she does not know what's happening, just like the Pebble rumor. So she's out of the loop on this one. So what happened here is the Taliban tried to dox, but what the nurse did that moved me, she tried to get Gringer to make me look unwell, another intercessor, to dox me. And I recorded that conversation illegally and sent to Montreal and told them, here's the bullet points, I'm sure. And this is, you get your surgery. We just say referral, we don't care. We're going to give you surgery. You understand it clearly. What you feel, everything about this, and your intake's good. But then when Kim said things off not knowing, she got warned, and then she fixed it correct to Vancouver and did not want voidly doxing again. She looked really bad. She was warned. So her and Kim are going really angry because they looked real bad. And then what happened is now at this point, the Taliban tried to go up there, could not find it. So they tried to find my new surgery file. So they started punching my meta and my phone, trying, and everything is already in a encrypted email. So they're really trying. So my meta, my TikTok, and my Bigo is punched inside out. Like what's happening is my hit PK around comes in no choice, it's locked. And they're coming and going, according where I can't report them. And what's happening is they tried to get to encrypted email. They could not find it in the phone because it's encrypted really good. Like it's a closed server, dark web encrypted. So it's made actually with Dynabot information. So they couldn't, it's like Dynabot is very strict, very encrypted. It's a closed server, dark web patch. Cortel's packages, PK2 tools. So you could not get through that. So what they did is that they scanned my Wi-Fi box and stole information from inside the box. And this is where they started doxing the CPAP laser electrolysis because they looked up what Vancouver was and it was the only other place I would have been going. And they doxed it. And that's what they did. And then they went over the food hampers and different things in dentistry to make me hurt and make me feel hurt. And then when the bad people got arrested, these men ripped loose. They ripped loose like Purgatory's Gate. They got really angry. And they're going, and then they tried doxing Japan for coming and China for coming to Canada, saying I don't need surgery. Then when Japan said we're going to do the surgery, they tried saying I don't need electrolysis done. That it's already done. They tried to lie. So they would do the surgery, and then they had to come right out because they wrecked it. Yeah, and then give me false hope again, right? Then they tried to say they don't need life support. And then that's where that comes in. They said, no, we got the record, so we understand she's not had these things done. And then they said, no, we're doing life support causation. And then they tried to say, we're not going, like, you don't need to deal density. That's already done. They're to the point here. Said, she just wants this replaced, not surgery. They're lying. Right? No, there's generals that need to be fixed and tops and everything. They're trying to change it again. And when it's actually what's happening is I have a problem down here and inflicted harm here. So they want me to hurt and then to do two things. I don't get my surgery. And then what they did, they were recording me, triggering me going, and they look off the room to their friends and they're recording me. They give false information saying I'm bad and that I'm this and this. And that's what these people are doing. The reason Taliban have done this, if I'm going to explain this, so now we understand the whole docs and the teeth and everything as the normal has been built. Now we're going to show why they've done this, okay? And I'm going to give you guys a heads up. This is very sensitive what I'm going to do. This is called the One Hanzo's Gate. You get into art in ancient 15th century Sengoku Japan. And I am very indigenous to the Terracotta First Dynasty Army in China, language-wise. And I'm very indigenous to the Yamato in 15th century. And I'm also related to J-pop, A Suzuki, very distant to her family. Let me explain this now. 快起来，叫我再接听，接地气，接地气。快些去。So I'm actually getting into educated related, and so this is the phase that started in 2022 at Oprah on TikTok. So I'm getting defamed by military terrorism at the same time while doxes happen by government. So we have two doxes. The nurses stopped doxing, but now they continue the health card. And she's not listening. So now she's letting me burn. And I'm hurting, and this is not good. I'm indigenous and Japan needs to protect me and get me out of Canada. Like, fast. Because what has happened is my information has been extorted and no one's listening, and you can't change personal information if you don't do physical papers, because you won't exist. So the personal number, the social insurance number, adult ID, Canada government is toast. Japan's going to be coming to Canada. That's what they're saying. To get me to Japan to live near my indigenous Japanese J-pop cousin, does music. She's already been informed who I am, very distant in the family. She's agreed to what saying to temporarily take me in. And if it works, she'll keep me. But if it doesn't, they'll give me my own place. They agreed, yes, you have to talk about surgeries. Your teeth will all be replaced because the damage has been too long. Because we don't want to take chances. We're going to replace your Wi-Fi, yes, to what you know of Helic. And yeah, we're going to get like to be job idle porn. And yeah, we're going to sue people in your government for this lack of understanding of what they did and what led to this. And we sue the media as a result. Because this is really a genderphobic, heinous, indigenous hate crime, trying to make people chop ninjas' parts off to mutilate a body. Like, this is what I said. The media is under a lot of trouble. These documents I just read is the whole case. Case point match. Yes, Japan will be coming to Canada. It's court ordered. It's been found exactly. But my papers about the bank, they could not see it because everything that I see as docs, they're not gang. They see what's correct. Like, the bank lied and gave them what they think. And that's what they need. And then the sleep app says it's still on, but they need to, they said there's never a sleep app machine or something. And that's what they're getting. They're getting fraudulent stories. Like, she had her surgery. No, she never had a malpractice. No, she's fine. No, she has a care holder for sleep app. No, her tooth has been pulled. No, the bank's fine. No, the Wi-Fi is fine. That's what they're getting. And when I got others, because I'm the one doc, so that's when they're on the way, court ordered. As soon as I said something, ByteDance went, oh, whoa. So now the Taliban are rippling loose on the internet, trying to get me to fight and threaten Japan. But Japan's been told, even if she threatens you, you're still good to come. Because we're going to, if you need to put her like a bag overhead doctor over to Japan, you'll have to do that. And she's being belligerent. Because as soon as she gets her surgery, as soon as she's happy, she's good. Because this is the whole fight, is these men are triggering Cheryl to trigger people is what's been said. That they're trying to dox Japan, make me threats like they did make me do that to Sheldon in China, trying to turn me on my own Chinese friendships. And it did wreck a lot of people. China's calming me down, they're understanding. That's why Japan's not listening to dox. They're on their way. If they get doxed, China will fix that. And it's looking pretty bad because its terrorisms are ripping loose, and the government is absolutely wrecked in because the current government does not listen. Have a good day on this one.